Nova Scotians want comfort that the Government of Nova Scotia and the private sector are working together so that plans are in place to quickly recover when things like natural disasters or other bad events occur. Four key findings came out of this audit. Firstly, is that the government has not assigned responsibility to a lead department to look after critical infrastructure. Secondly, the government signed on to a national strategy on critical infrastructure, and it has no plan in place as to how it's going to make the commitments that it made under there. In that plan, there should be coverage of the 10 sectors that are generally thought of under critical infrastructure, like transportation, finance, health, and communications. We did note that for the health sector, the government has identified and is maintaining a list, but for the other 9 sectors, they can't be sure if the plans do in fact exist. We noted that in terms of the government's own critical infrastructure, that they have not completed risk assessments and protection plans for an identified set of critical infrastructure. For example, we noted that the Canso Causeway has not been done in terms of a look for the risks and for the protection plan that would be in place. And this is for how a government would respond quickly to be able to recover in the event that something bad does occur. Finally, we noted that the government has not made effective partnerships with the private sector, who indeed own most of the critical infrastructure in Nova Scotia, like energy, for example. So they need to be able to work with them to satisfy themselves for Nova Scotians that the ability to recover quickly and to return life to normal is indeed in place. Nova Scotians should look to their government to identify who is in charge of critical infrastructure, and then that department needs to be accountable to people as to what plans exist. As well, the government needs to reach out to the private sector to make sure that plans do in fact exist to cover the 10 key sectors of critical infrastructure. We made 4 recommendations to government that we believe will improve these weaknesses, and the government has accepted all of these recommendations.